In After Effects, there are several pre-built text animation presets ready to go to help speed up your daily motion graphics workflow. There are multiple ways to browse and apply text animation presets. I recommend having Adobe Bridge installed on your system so you can see a graphic preview of the animation before you apply it. If you don't have Bridge, you can use the Creative Cloud desktop application to install. However, Adobe Bridge is not a requirement, as there are other ways to easily apply text animation presets, as we'll see shortly. Look in the timeline of your project and you'll notice we have 3 text layers. For now, let's focus on the top 2 layers for animation. Let's zoom in on those 2 lines of type by holding down the Z key and moving our mouse over the composition panel. When you do that, you should notice your mouse is turned into a magnifying glass. Click and drag a box starting in the upper left and go to the lower right, right around these layers. And then let go of your mouse and then let go of the Z key. Dependent upon how close you drew that box will determine just how far you've zoomed in. You can use the comma key and the period key to zoom in and out. Just make note of the magnification down here in the lower left corner of the composition panel. Go to the timeline and select layer 1. To browse the presets, I'll go up under the animation menu and choose Browse Presets. Give your computer some time to launch Bridge, and then you'll see a group of folders. Go to the lower right corner of Bridge and drag on the magnification slider to zoom in on the folders. Then let's navigate to the text folder and double-click to look inside. To browse the presets where the text animates into the scene, let's open the Animate In folder by double-clicking on it. Click once on the Fade Up Characters preset, and you'll see a preview of the animation load up here on the right. Let's double-click on the preset and notice we're back in After Effects and the preset has been applied directly where the current time indicator is in the timeline. Since it was at frame 0, that's where the preset will start. I'll press the spacebar on my keyboard to watch a preview. And if you look in the upper right corner, you can see it's not quite playing back in real time. So that's fine. I'll wait until it gets through the timeline once and caches all the frames. Then when it plays back, it'll play back in real time. If you want to change the timing of this animation, simply select the layer and then press the U key to open the animated properties. I'm going to press the spacebar to stop playback, and you'll notice we have 2 keyframes here to create the animation. Let's make this shorter by clicking on the right keyframe and dragging it to the left in the timeline. Keep a close eye on the info panel in the upper right corner of the interface to see exactly where you're dropping that keyframe. I'll have this animate over the first second, so I'll stop it right when it gets to 100. To move my current time indicator back to this keyframe, I'm going to press the J key on my keyboard. If your current time indicator was on the other side of the keyframe, you want to press K to move to the keyframe. J and K will move you up and down the timeline between all the visible keyframes. To animate the next text elements, go ahead and select layer 2 in the timeline. This time, instead of browsing presets to apply them, I can actually go to the Effects and Presets panel over here. Notice there are animation presets right here on this side. To make this panel large, I'll double-click right on the words Effects and Presets. Now I can open up my animation presets, and in here I'll go to the text area, and then under text I'll go to Animate In. This time, instead of fading up characters, I want to fade up words. So I'll double click on that effect. Let's double click on the Effects and Presets panel and see if our effect has been applied. Notice I can't see my type anymore, and if I select layer 2 and press the U key, there are my keyframes. So now, if I move my current time indicator to the beginning of the timeline, now we can see our entire animation. Applying and working with text animation presets is actually a great way to learn a little more about what's possible in After Effects. If you're not happy with the timing of a preset, remember you can always open the timeline and slide keyframes around to make adjustments.